quite noisy, pretty noisy. So okay, I'm trying to just explain to you my position and my vision, what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, something like this. And just now finished recording, download the videos on YouTube on my channel, but I feel like it's not so much clear. People still did not understand who did not speak Russian. It's so sad, right? So please learn Russian if you can. Yeah, it will be more useful, I think so. Anyway, well, you know, I'm just feel like some group of people, or some people, they really missed some part of my life, and just they didn't know who I am. And I don't mean like I want to say I'm just a big star or something like this, you know, rock star. No, but you know, some part of life during the 90s, for example, yes, I was being play as a lead guitarist of the hardcore, grindcore band, punk, ANARCHO-Punk band named Pichismo. It was in Ukraine, in Aleshki, Kherson region, Ukraine. That was like Ukraine, USSR, you know, something like this when I was born, and it was quite successful because we was get some success in Esperanto. As you know, it's Esperanto international language. We get success in this kind of community. It's quite a big, huge community in the world, but not so much, not so big. But anyway, but we got success about this, and we realized that like few compilations like in France, in Switzerland, France Donville, Rok-Gazet, you know, like Europa, Vinyl Cosmo Records was realized, and then we just also invited in US tour, something like that. We had contract, we had also realized it in some compilation. It was tape or CD, something like that. So it was quite huge and very fast, you know, like growing up, like we got quite like big glory, something like this in our age. Like when I had 16, I just already quite was famous in my country, in my region at least, in my cities, and yeah, it was quite disturbing. I don't mean like I don't want to say I was a rock star or something like this, but anyway, it was quite disturbing, and it was also quite struggling moments, struggling time, because we had a jealousy part from our colleagues, musicians who were, you know, like playing Soviet Union in funeral or somewhere else, like marriage ceremony, but never get success like we are teenagers, you know. And suddenly we got something what we have to do, what we must do, what we must do got, I think, yeah, because our wish and desire was so, you know, over. Well, so from those time, I was really dreaming, yeah, about the big rock star career, something like this. I was dreaming to find about this kind of hat or something like that. I was dreaming to have such a good guitar like this, you know, like Ibanez or Gibson or Fender Stratocaster, but I just only a possibility to buy some cheap guitar made in DDR, Deutschland Democratic Republic. It's kind of Light Star or something like this, but anyway, it was also very like huge things, you know, like you got the star from the sky, you know, in those time. I was proud of myself those time. Sure, black color, Light Star, something like that, and I every day practice guitar 5-6 hours, and I go to some club to practice guitar every day, and I just play at home, play in studio, and play with the guys in this band. So and the band, as I told you, like named Pichismo, and yeah, it was quite an interesting experience. It was such a nice experience, but the problem is because we was born in the wrong country. You know, we was born in the wrong country, so it's was our mistake, kind of, or mistake of our parents. I don't know, like. You know, for example, if he was born in America or any country of Europe, Union, we perhaps will be get more success. We can, or Australia or Canada or everywhere. So we perhaps will be get success more, and because we will find some sponsors and somebody can investigate money to our project, and they will be help to us to realize it ourselves. But PTV, we was born in Ukraine, at least me and my friends, some of them also, and just we are organized our band in Ukraine. It was Ukraine this time, it was Kherson region, as I say, it's the Leshki, and now, yeah, it's war there, so, you know, but it was more hard to do something to relate, but I felt like, you know, like somebody help us, you know. I felt like God or whoever just bring me the hand and hold my hand and just bring me to the right way. I believe this. So, and so just try to understand me when I'm talking something like that. When I explain my story, when I'm showing my friends some music, some history, or to my kids or somebody else, I want to be understandable, you know, for them. It's not like, you know, you talk with some crazy man, some crazy guy who just dreaming like, oh, he's a big star, whatever, you know, he's a great artist, something like that. No. It's really not like that. It's really different things, and I really hope you can understand. I hope you can understand what I mean. I can show you this example. I can put here some pictures or something, link. You can see the music, you can feel how we played this time. We had really such a good energy, you know, very positive energy, and I really appreciate of the guys. I really appreciate of the guys who was invited me in this project, and somehow, like, you know, my friend, my biggest friend, like Gleb, he lives now in Lithuania. I know he's struggling also a lot. He also maybe suffering a lot because of this situation. I mean, because we didn't get success as we are dreaming about it, and I think he maybe blaming me still, or I don't know, he judged me still, or he judged or blame his brother Martus, Roma, and Roma blaming me also again. Sometimes like I'm blaming them, they blaming me, you know. But it was kind of very kind of interesting experience, and I will never forget about it, you know. But just, you know, life is going on, and you cannot only stuck in the same position, the same situation, and you will never get success, never realize it yourself. I mean, you block it, you're stuck somewhere, you know. And when I told this story to my citizen wife, you know, and my partner and my colleague now and my manager, like Gabriela, she was so wonder, and she wondered especially like about why we didn't realize, why we didn't finish it, why we didn't realize it ourselves in the end, until the end, and why we didn't continue to do this music project, these things. I was confusing actually about her question, but because, you know, in some ways how you can explain to her this situation is already very difficult to explain what it was, kind of situation in the 90s, you know, because it was crisis in ex-Soviet Union, ex-USSR, in Ukraine, you know, sometimes it doesn't have light or electricity, like hot water or something like this, so it was quite difficult to, you know, practice guitar, and at the same time electric guitar, and get some practice in the studio or recording, or realize it in asking money for, or find searching money from somebody, some sponsor or something like that. It were really impossible. It was even wonder and strange we still alive and we overcome this problem. We are survive after that, you know. And it was really so creepy moment. If you live in those time, you'll be understand that what I'm talking about, you know. When I make interview in Russian language or something like this, or my speech, when I do my blogging, I try to explain the situation, and some people understand who were living this time, but people who didn't live in this time, they didn't understand what I'm talking about, you know. So it's quite difficult to, you know, to be involved in this time, in this part. For example, people from Korea or Japan, totally from another country, totally from another planet, another universe. So perhaps they didn't understand what I'm talking about, what I'm telling, what I'm trying to share, and something like that. But the people who more close to our country, to our situation, they perhaps will be understand this. I actually don't know, I'm very struggling about this. I'm still suffering about this, because I think in those times we had so much power, potential, things which we could be able to realize it, which we could be able to make something, but because of our leader, I do not blame it. I try to not blame the Gleb Maltsev, but and somehow I think he was also most responsible for everything, for such big things, because it was his idea in the end. And I mean, in general, it was his idea to do these things, and I just was kind of musicians who invited, but I was also you know, like influenced, and I want to also do something. I want to change this world, you know. I want to change my life. I want to change everything around me. I don't want to just, you know, like stupid asshole, like stupid idiots, go to every Saturday, Sunday to the club, to the discotheque, and dancing like crazy, and spend my energy every Saturday, then come back home like and think what I did, why I do this, you know. Why I just spend so much time, money, energy, just drink some home vodka or something like that, samagon, or drink some, you know, or smoke some marijuana, such stuff like that. And it's like, what? For what? You know, what I spent my life when you are 13, 14, 15, and you still didn't do nothing, but you already know, like, okay, like many people's group, rock stars, you know, you already listen to this music, and you was such an influencer about them, you know, and you want to do something same. Sorry for smoking, just really, I'm trying to not do this, but kind of start to remember this time and a little bit start to nervous. And I want to explain these things because many people really don't know about it, and they perhaps did not like what we did, what we do, how we live. I want to just tell this, you know. It was quite hard time, yeah. Because, you know, like if you live in quite small city, countryside, kind of, you know, because Kherson is also not so big city like you know, New York or Tokyo, Washington, Las Vegas, something like this. It's quite a small city, and you must be kind of always think about it, what you have to do all your life. Yeah, you kind of, when you live in a small city, you must be proof to everybody, like you must be number one, you must do this, you must do this, something like that, you know. And nobody believe you until you will get success. But when I told this, even my father, even my friends, like close friends, my girlfriends, something like this, they didn't believe, they laughed at me. I told them I will become a star, I will become a rock star. They just laughed at me. Okay, but when we got this, you know, like magazine, newspaper with our pictures in the front, and when we got this kind of, you know, CD, compact disc with compilation with our music, the first one, which realized it on Vinyl Cosmo in Donneville, France, in the Euroca, like Esperanto Rock Association. So this was quite big first success, you know, and it was really touching not only my heart, not only torn up my own world, but it's also torn up and down the world of my relatives, my father, my cousins, my brothers, you know, something like this. And my mom also, they start to believe about me, about my idea. It was not just like fake, not only words, blah blah blah. So okay, and she's realized it. My mom realized it when she bought guitar for me. This guitar, it was quite expensive in those times, you know, and we live in the quite poor, not so poor, but you know, it's expensive anyway. If you just buy electric guitar, quite nice electric guitar, but not so much like expensive, not $10,000, but anyway, it was like maybe $200, $300, something like this. You know, it was quite big money for us, and you know, it's like monthly salary this time for my mom. So maybe, yeah, she felt so much, you know, nervous, worried about this, if it would be good investigation or not, you know, like all parents always think about this, if it will be good investigation about the kids or not. So it was quite hard, and I remember until now my first live concert with this band. Sure, it was not my first concert in my life. It was my first concert in my life. It was horrible. I was playing bass guitar, you know, with some kind of such a, you know, band who just invite me randomly, like, you know, guy, you're gonna hold guitar, so okay, play with us, you know, something like that. And this, it was so horrible. I was so shy, ashamed, and just I'm torn almost back to the audience, and I don't want they see my face and recognize me and remember me, like, because it was full of, you know, classmates and from another school, people who know me, and some, you know, cousins, relatives, blah blah blah. I hope my mom also was visited, but I hope she did not see me well. And but I am pretty sure she was proud of myself, of me. I mean, pretty proud of her son. And then after that, I just come back by walk to my relative's house, like village party side, like countryside, and I cannot fall asleep. I was rolling, and I realized at this time, yes, music on stage, it's my things, and sorry for I did not do well this concert. I didn't play well guitar maybe this time, but anyway. I still remember the song, but I don't want to say about it. You know, this was a song about like Kazakh, something like this, you know. Только шашка казаку, осыпи подруга, только шашка казаку, только бурка казаку, себе постель. Something like that, you know, anyway. It was, and the guys was Andrei, Vasya Tereshkin. They was quite big guys, like hooligan, you know, something like that. And after that, they start to respect me anyway, because I do almost improvisation, you know, improvisation is like But I mean, I want to say about a real life show when I first time got with this rock band, Pichismo, named Pichismo, and yeah, it was so impressive. It was so fucking impressive because you imagine that you just dream all this time about like rock concert, rock band music, and when the first time we got this concert, I got this performance with this band when I had maybe 16 years old or even less even maybe, and it was kind of, you know, memory day of the one musician who was passed away. He's died, suicide, something like this, dropped from the window, so the window, yeah, I remember this, and it was in the like old cinema in Kherson, in the city named Kherson, cinema named like the Public Morozov, you know. Public Morozov, it was not ex, it was pioneer, hero of the pioneer organization, who was, you know, kind of not good guy actually. He was through his father, you know, he's give the father to kill to communists, but anyway, it was very weird, creepy situation. But the concert, I mean, the concert itself was amazing. It was amazing concert, right? You know, because there was full of people. So I don't know how many people there were. I felt there was 10,000 people. Maybe in fact it was only 1,000. Anyway, and we just played, like, you know, there was not exactly like stage. You just stayed in front of people in only distance in 1 meter was between you and audience, only 1 meter. And we start to make, like, you know, this like, you know, like shake your hands, bella, 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 you know, something like this. That it's ever such short. And this was in Esperanto, and it was quite